So, Shannon, should Steph really have been ranked higher than KD?
Yes. If you look at Steph, the difference is, Skip, Steph Curry redefined the game. Now there's no more, you worried about a guy being able to dunk, have a 44-inch vertical leap. You see 7- and 8-year-old kids, Skip, and they're jacking up threes. The year before Steph Curry got into the league, the teams averaged attempting 18 threes a game. Now that's 34. That's a direct correlation of one Stephen Curry. No, that's fact. Skip, you have to remember one thing, Skip. He won the championship before Kevin Durant ever set foot in Golden State. He was 73-9 before Kevin Durant set foot in Golden State. Kevin Durant had a 3-1 lead on Steph Curry's team, and Steph brought them back. Now, I get the two finals MVP, Skip, but if you look at those two finals MVP in 17 and 18, Steph Curry averaged 27 points, 8 rebounds, 9 assists in 17, 27, 6, and 7 in 18. KD was the MVP. We know what KD did. I think one series he was 35 points, and the other series, Skip, I think he was 32. But when you look at it, when you take they talk higher peak, you can't get higher than the unanimous MVP. There's only been one of those guys in the history of the NBA, and he happens to be 6'1", 6'2", light-skinned assassin, Stephen Curry. So based on that, unanimous MVP, winning a title before KD got there, going to another, going 73-9, and revolutionizing the game because nobody was shooting threes like this until Steph Curry. The bad 3 shots. Now everybody's shooting logo threes. Bad shot, but that's a bad shot. No, it's not. Steph Curry said that's a good shot. Based on that, I would say Steph Curry deserves the right and has earned the right to be in front of Kevin Durant.
I'm sorry, but I have to disqualify your argument by reminding our viewers that subliminally you're trying to undercut a Kevin Durant who most people think is now the best player on the planet, as Tony Kukoc said the other day. So now you're trying to say, oh, yeah, Steph ranks higher than KD all time. No, he doesn't. I'm sorry. And I have been the biggest Steph fan. You can look it up. I campaigned on ESPN on the former show I was on before the Steph-Blake Griffin draft. I said, I'm taking Steph Curry, #1, that little baby-faced assassin out of Davidson. And everybody at ESPN laughed at me, and I got ridiculed for weeks. And Blake Griffin went #1 overall, and Stephen Curry fell all the way to 7th, right into the laps out of heaven, Golden State. Way to go. And yet, I must say that when it comes to what I value the most, postseason performance, I'll take Kevin Durant any day or playoff night over Steph Curry because too often Steph Curry in the postseason has come up even smaller than he is, while Kevin has rose and shown out again and again and again in the biggest postseason moments. See back-to-back finals MVPs, see those 2 legendary game 3s that he played right in LeBron's grill, in LeBron's house to basically end both of those series. He was the guy they called. He was the guy they called. Draymond, as you always tell me, crying in the parking lot, please come and save us. Will you please come and save us? And last year, it looked like Kevin Durant might even be on the way to stealing a 3rd straight finals MVP as he brought Golden State back last year until his Achilles went. So I'm sorry. When I look back on Steph's career, the worst 3 games of his career were your best 3 games of your career because it was games 5, 6, and 7 that year that LeBron and company came back, LeBron and Kyrie came back from 3-1 down. Draymond obviously was suspended for game 5 back at Oakland. But Steph Curry had 3 games to say, I am the man. I'm that guy. I will not let this happen. 2 of those 3 were in his house at Oracle in Oakland. And guess what he did in those 3 games combined? He shot 37% from the field. That's not very good. He shot 36% from 3. He's a 45% career 3-point shooter. And he was a minus 20 overall in those 3 games. But more important, in the fourth quarter of those 3 games, Steph Curry shot 30% from the field and 25% from 3 and shot 0 free throws in all 3 fourth quarters of those games and was a minus 12. And if I can go all the way to the fourth quarter of Game 7 in his house, close game, overall in that game, Steph shot 6 for 19, but in the fourth quarter, he went 1 for 6 from the field, 1 for 5 from 3, scored 3 points with 0 assists, and had that huge turnover late in the game where he just threw it behind his back into the 5th row. Just a careless, bad, game-turning turnover. So, Shannon, 3 straight games where you could say, yeah, I'm the man. I'm better than Kevin Durant or anybody else. And no, he went smaller, smaller, and smaller. I'm sorry, I can't see it. And then let me finish. The last game we saw Steph play in the finals last year, do you remember that closeout game at home?
Yeah.
It went down to the fourth quarter of that game, a seesaw battle. And in the fourth quarter of that game against Kawhi's Toronto Raptors, Steph in the fourth quarter was 1 for 6, 0 for 4 from 3, and missed the 3 with 8 seconds left that would have won the game. Shrinking. Kevin rises, Steph falls. I'm sorry, Steph is not better than Kevin Durant.
If you don't mind me asking, Skip, what was that postseason success before he joined Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors? Because you do remember it was the year before that Kevin Durant was up 3-1 on Steph Curry. Go back and check the tape and look at Game 6, and you tell me Steph Curry did not shrink. He's 6'11 and a half. By the end of the game, he was 5'11 and a quarter. Tell me he rose and shone. Hold on. Did he not have LeBron James had the best record in the NBA? Did he not have that, Skip Bayless? And guess what happened when they had to play the Heat? So I'm trying to figure out where was the postseason success before he joined Steph Curry, whether they called him or not. He joined Steph Curry, a 73-19. KD ever won 73 games? KD ever been a unanimous MVP? Has Steph Curry, KD has 2 MVPs. I'm trying to figure that out. Just help me there. Go ahead, Skip. You can chime in.
Thank you. In Oklahoma City, I've told you again and again, Kevin Durant was shackled by, handicapped by the point guard who was the primary decision maker. The reason Kevin shockingly left Russell Westbrook was he decided, as a source very close to him told me, he could not win a championship with Russell Westbrook as his primary decision maker. Russell was the one who dribbled the ball up the floor every time and said, your turn or my turn? I think it's my turn. Russell constantly took more shots than Kevin did. I'm sorry. It's just too hard to overcome Russell Westbrook.
Skip, no. You tell me people. The best player in the NBA should overcome that. Don't do that, Skip Bayless. Why do you constantly make excuses for Kevin Durant? KD is great, historically great, but you make excuse after excuse. He couldn't get out. He couldn't get the playoffs. Oh, he rose and shone. Now you blame Russell Westbrook. At some point in time, Russell Westbrook is not the sole reason Kevin Durant had postseason failure in OKC. He was up. They were up 3-1 on a 73-19. It wasn't a problem playing alongside Russ when they were up. It only became a problem when they lost it. Then it became a problem. It wasn't a problem playing beside Russ, getting to the NBA Finals. It was only a problem after he lost. No, Skip, Kevin Durant got to the NBA before Steph Curry. People and teams did not start jacking up threes when KD got to the league. That happened because of Steph Curry. Given that, and given he has one more MVP, and he's a year young, well, he's a year older because he went to college for 3 years, but he has an MVP. He has an MVP. They were 2-1 Steph. He went and won the NBA Finals without KD. It's hard for you to put a guy, Skip, that has more MVPs, has more finals, and he changed the game, Skip. Did he not change the game? Are teams not shooting threes because of Steph? Yes or no? That's what I'm saying. So if the guy changed the game, how you going to say the guy that is better than him? You make it seem like they got KD at 43.
No, he changed. Steph changed the way they play regular season basketball. He brought the three-point shot into vogue. He made it popular because he shot it better than anybody. That's regular season. You know what I always say? It's all about the playoffs. I want big play Shea in the playoffs. If you'll just give me one big play, I'll take it, Shannon Sharpe. If you'll give me one big game, I'll take it, Kevin Durant. And wait a second. Steph Curry has how many finals MVPs? How about goose egg? How about none?
None.
He didn't do it. Iguodala was the MVP of that first finals that they broke through and won, thanks to LeBron shrinking and melting and disappearing.
Oh, my God. This is not about LeBron. Skip.
He did.
If you look at the man, Skip, the man is averaging 27, 7, and 8 over two playoffs, over two finals in which they won. KD was phenomenal. KD deserved. Now, I thought maybe that last finals, maybe Steph was going to get it, Skip, because remember, he went bonkers that last game. I think he had like 38, 39 points. But KD ended up getting a triple-double, and KD won it. Got no problem with that. But because KD has 2 MVPs, and one of them is unanimous, he has a title outside of KD, and he has a 73-9 record on his resume. I believe that is the reason why they put Steph. Now, Skip, that's right now. Who's to say 5 years from now, if KD were to win another, gets another MVP, that's not reversed. But we know one thing. He will never be in front of GOAT James in the ranking, the Pantheon great. That's what we do know. Everything else is conjecture.
Funny you should
Everything else is speculation. It's innuendo.
So Kevin Durant has played LeBron James 9 times in NBA Finals games. Kevin has won 8 of those 9 games. One was a sweep, one a gentleman's sweep. And Kevin averaged 32 points, 9 rebounds, and 6 assists in those 9 games.
How many in OKC?
Case
How many did he win without Steph Curry and Klay and Draymond? How many finals does KD have won without those guys?
Draymond on the phone.
Many?
Please come and save us. Will you please come and save us? We need you. We can't do it without you, Kevin.
Yeah. Steph Curry.
Case closed.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.